Revel is a vibrant, independent living community where personalized experiences meet comfortable living. Good food and good friends go hand in hand, and fun is never far from home.
The rest of our lives, oh, the rest of our lives.
I do not want to cook anymore.
Wow, you were never that great at it. She eats the salmon all the time. She's going to turn into one.
I do like the salmon, and yes, I might turn into one.
The one thing I promised myself to do, which I couldn't do before, was to exercise.
Yeah, I would have to say that's a very good aspect, having the exercise facility right here on the premises. She's always been a member of a club, but that would require a person to go from the residence to the club. But now that the exercise facility is on premise, you have gone daily.
The nice thing here is you can come down. If you have nothing planned, there's always someone in the lobby to talk to. And I've made some very nice friends here. People I walk with, people I play bridge with, people I go to the theater with. It's a nice plan for me. It gives me time to read, time to do things in my apartment, and yet keep me socially interested.
When I was living at home before, I had to worry about the house, having to keep up with gas, electricity, and all the bills associated with the house, the gardener, housekeeping, things like that. But being here, it's wonderful how all of that is taken care of.
Yeah, when you take in all the other factors, the way the old neighborhood is, becoming less desirable to live, and then how this place is brand new, one of the top facilities around. And then her acclimating to all activities and the exercise, I feel very good about the whole decision.
Well, I'm very proud of him and all his accomplishments, and I'm glad to have him close by.
Well, my mom's very sweet and energetic person, smart, and that's good. She's someplace where she could be herself.
This is a wonderful place. I'm very glad that this was discovered, and I would recommend it to anyone.
I talked to two ladies today who are thinking about moving here, and I would say to them, oh, it's a wonderful place. Don't feel hesitant. There's welcoming people, attitudes, energies here for you. We will help you in any way that we can, and the staff will help you. You will fall right into the flow of living, and you will love it.
But I think Revel, it's hard to describe, but they seem to have thought of everything, and everything is so positive. I haven't had a negative thing happen to me since I met Rob and went to the dinner that night. It's all been positive.
The facility is just beyond compare. It's new and clean, and it has everything that I need. And of course, I love my apartment up here. I don't get lonesome. It's not so big that I get lonesome or that I walk around and wonder where my kitty cat is. This is home.
I love the lifestyle programs that Jen brings. The exercise is really important to me. I love the gym here, being able to go and access that whenever I want to.
I love the art room. I am a little bit arty, I would say. I go to all of the concerts, everything downstairs. Their choices of musicians are wonderful. I don't even know how to spell pickleball, but you know what? I'm game. I'll try it.
Somebody will call and say, hey, let's go play cards. Okay, where you want to meet? That type of thing, you know. Or let's go for a walk together. It's, like I said, it's more of a big, huge family.
To the dining room for dinner, there was about 8 or 10 of us. Okay, and then the table grew, and we had to move to a larger table. But to have random residents coming to dinner and all be so compatible, like that's weird, but it's true, and we're still together.
I have made really good friends, as close as I've ever had. It's amazing how when you live this close together, you just really bond. And they're just quality people here.
It's the people that are here. It's not the beautiful building, it's the people. Everybody checks on everybody else, and it's like a big senior family. I can't imagine living in a house by myself.
I am so grateful to have found this place. I know a lot of other people that are in senior living places, and they're not happy with them. I love Revel. I am extremely happy here.
And healthy life needs taking care of yourself, being connected with people, bonding with people mentally.
I was out mowing the grass. It was 107 degrees. And I said, what am I doing this for? Half the house I never went into.
Yes, even me that, I'm a psych nurse and I had a lot of friends there. Everybody, they're in their own homes and they had their own things to do. Yes, I ate my meals many times alone. It was very depressing. Sometimes I get up in the morning and feel like getting dressed. I didn't have to because there's nothing to do. There's nobody to connect with. So I stay all day on my computer, sit all day. That's not good. I could see, this is no way to go. I needed people. You needed people.
To start with, I hired a house cleaner, and I hired a lawn keeper. But I still had all those problems with the house. It was getting 10 years old or so. And of course, things start to fail and all that. And finally I said, I don't have to do this. I started to look at condos, okay? But then I started to think about it, and I said, I buy a condo, I still have all the same problems. But when I walked in this place, man, there's windows all over, it's bright. It's just a attitude.
My guest yesterday said, this is better than any 5-star resort they'd been in. This is just paradise.
And our chefs are wonderful. We have good fish, good vegetables. If you're living alone, you're not going to be cooking that for yourself. Not hardly. Make yourself a sandwich, right? A bowl of cereal? Yeah. No, here you get good food. Good food, and that is really important. Just the other night, filet mignon. you cut with a fork. That's pretty darn good, isn't it?
And we can eat any place. We can eat in our room, in the pub. We do have a pub. Or we can eat in Ovation. And it's a beautiful restaurant.
I come downstairs and see who's here in the dining room and sit down, and we always have a chat about something. There's always the stories going around. It is marvelous.
I thought going to a place like this was the end of your life. Do you know what a surprise to find out it was a new beginning?
The usual course of families or individuals in our society is that you work hard, you get educated, you work hard, you get the American dream, you find your home, maybe not the first one, but the second one. You eventually get one that you stay in and you love it. It's a harbor for you. Beautiful memories associated with this home. Time passes on, kids are gone. The home isn't quite what it used to be. In fact, you're probably staying there for what happened there, not what's happening. Because we know that in order to age in the best way possible, it requires growth. It requires stimulation. It requires learning new things. It becomes a prison for you as far as your growth and your ability to age in the best way. And here, this is self-induced solitary confinement, maybe with a spouse, but ultimately one spouse will leave, and then the remaining spouse, the surviving spouse, is in very deep trouble. Because we as humans, it's in our very DNA to be connected to others. We thrive when we are with others. We are at our best. The research is very clear. When you're not connected to others, you're anywhere from 2 to 5 times more likely to be affected by things like dementia, cardiac disease, strokes, cancer, all the biggies. That's not a good formula for aging in the best way. Being older is not necessarily a one-track journey to decline. Yes, there is some decline, but there can be growth, and growth right up until the very end. And so I think that's part of the reason that when people move into communities like the Revel communities, they see that I could have missed all this. I could have missed all of this ability to grow, this fun, but also this ability to have a purpose and meaning in my life.
When people hear the catchphrase age in place, they think staying in their home as long as possible until they need something medically, or maybe they can no longer take care of themselves. And really the whole focus was getting people to really stop and take a look about what they need in place to have the best quality of life.
We know that all of the risks that come with aging in place. There's the isolation that can come from that. There's the lack of stimulation, the lack of knowledge of how you're doing or not paying attention to some aspects of your life. And that's very dangerous. When you know that someone can thrive, and when they finally do move in, they tell you, whoa, what a decision I made. This is a great decision.
One of the things I always tell people is that your home does not keep you company, especially if someone's lost a loved one. They've lost that person that they share their day with. All of a sudden, they're alone. If they're not driving, if they're not getting out, and really have limited social opportunities, it only adds to that. And there have been numerous studies that show that having that peer-to-peer engagement helps with cognitive decline, mobility decline. So it is important to look at that as really a reason to make a change in a situation.
When we're alone, we tend not to pay attention to things that we paid attention to when others depended on us. And we tend to go to the easy meals. And in today, you can throw things in a microwave. And so the whole process of cooking and what we eat changes drastically. And so nutrition doesn't get paid attention to. Now, fruits, nuts, vegetables, wild grains, fish, and small amounts of meat. That's what we ate for 99% of the time that we have been on Earth. It's what we function best on, it's what we're healthiest at, and we're learning it's what it takes to age in a better way.
The reality is when you go into a community with a couple hundred people, the chances of you finding someone that you have something in common with are significant. I love to come into work and I watch people playing bridge or exercising with a group or having a glass of wine with the ladies, And I think if they were living at home, what would they be doing right now?
There's life here, there's growth here, there's optimism here. Purposes will bubble up in groups or as individuals to reach out, help others, give back. It isn't only about the climb. You can do better and you can grow. This whole idea of that because I'm older, because I have a certain number attached to myself, my age, that is some way limiting, not so much.